about the forests?
No.
What we believe we know is greatly influenced by our personal experiences and by the propensity we have to rely to personal experiences in the first place. Unless we are facing technical knowing. When that is the case, it can be reformed, corrected, or dismantled anytime without significant psychological discomfort or no discomfort at all, such as coming to know that a theory was radically wrong, for instance, or food recipe was wrong, and so on. The intellectual and even existential structure for what we think know is based on, ingrained in, and conditioned by our personal experiences and past. The cognitive nature of this psychological reality is also fed by the way we are wired biologically. Being that natural selfishness is a genetic characteristic each one of us has. The so-called self is a fact, the result of that knowingness, put together by the manners through which we approached our personal experiences and the cognitive storing of all the components of what we call self. As said, this cognitive machinery is also conditioned by our natural proneness to be self-centered. To that, then also beliefs get added throughout childhood and cognitive development, including common sense, dogmatic ways to be, cultural lifestyles, systems of values, and so on. As a matter of fact, how many times do we hear people say things like, "But this is not quite what happened to me because my experience about this very different." Now, when that knowingness is about to end, whether for real or not, the fear of seeing what one knows coming to an end arises, especially when it involves personal ideas and beliefs. Then the structure of the conditioned self, which is mainly mimetic, tries to resist or fight back because it wants to survive via replicating itself over and over again. At that point, usually, it's all become nebulous and distracting, confusing and nervous. Because of this process, we have various reactions we usually undertake instead of sober criticalness, such as confirmation bias, aggression perhaps, anger issue, psycho games, or more softly we have wishful thinking, magical thinking, illusions, and even up to delusions. A mimetic imprinting seems to work like a sweet squid very often. To defend itself in order to survive, it generates and releases mist resulting in psychological and social confusion, eventually switching to tension and conflict. In most cases, the squid also creates a condition where the host starts clinging to masochistic attitudes. The mist can also work like a diversion element, a cognitive distraction, making the individual select whatever form of escapism disguised as a psychological shelter, which can be food, new age ideas, spirituality, Jesus, money, obsession of reputation or visibility and attention seeking, compulsive shopping or compulsive comparison and imitation, drugs, and so on.